Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, proud to be the world's #1 community for brilliant childcare leaders. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Elite Childcare Insurance. Give Blake a call at 972-232-2258 to get a free quote on childcare business insurance today. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, our hosts, Brian and Carol Duprey.
Welcome to episode 55 of the Childcare Genius podcast.
We're your hosts, Brian and Carol Duprey.
And we are excited to be here today. Are you excited?
Yeah, I am excited.
We got a conference coming up. We're heading to Jamaica in a couple weeks. We're taking over 100 business owners with us down to Jamaica. Are you excited?
I am.
That's going to be our 40th trip, 40 trip to Jamaica. 40 trips. We've been on Jamaica like 9 months of our life. We've been on. We're true Jamaicans.
For sure.
And we're excited. We're excited to lay by the beach, excited to get to meet a lot of new friends, and having 4-hour training days is going to be awesome. So thank you to the people that are coming down with us to get 100 people to our very first conference. We think is an amazing feat, and we're just so humbled and excited. So next year, we're going to be at a different island, somewhere in the Caribbean, listen to be tuned, to be determined. So if you didn't make it for this year, because we are sold out. If you did make it, then next year we're hoping you can join us in the Caribbean in our tax deductible Childcare Genius Leverage conference. But anyway, we wanted to talk a little bit about your resources that we have available. So at childcaregenius.com/resources, we have a lot of free tools for you. We have trainings, we have tools, we have a lot of documents, things that you can get for free. So I know people like free. I like free. I'm cheap. I like free. So don't be afraid to go to our website at childcaregenius.com and /resources and see a list of the resources that we have available for free. So our guest today on the podcast is Meg Birgun. Meg and her husband, Mesut, own Ecole 360 in the Chicago area. And we got to know this couple very well on one of our Caribbean, we call them workation trips to Barbados. Was that this year or last year? It was in March of this year. So it was just a few months ago, and we really connected with them. They have a large program. They're growing by leaps and bounds, and you're going to learn a lot from Meg, and she's just an absolute amazing owner. And I think I can't wait for the listeners to hear from Meg.
Let's get Meg on the line.
Hi, Meg. Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast. How are you today?
Hi, Brian and Carol. I'm perfect. How about you?
We're good.
We're good. Really good. Get ready to go to Jamaica in a couple of weeks. So that's always gets us really excited. We're always happy to do that. So we wanted to bring you on. We've known you for quite a while, and you're growing like crazy. Your schools are amazing. And I wanted to have you on as a guest so people can learn a little bit about what your schools are, what you're doing, how you're different from the competitors, and maybe some of your secret sauce so you could educate some of your people with. So you're in Chicago area. Is that true?
Yes, we are in northwest suburbs of Chicago in state of Illinois in
Beautiful.
3 suburbs.
Yeah. And how many schools do you have?
Currently, I have 2 and 3 is coming soon.
Yeah. And you're working on building a whole new one, right?
Yes.
That's exciting. Always new growth. You're growing your program significantly, and you've got 2 big programs as it is. You're really going to increase your school quite a bit.
Yep.
All right. So tell us a little bit more about your schools and maybe the name of your school, how you got into name it. It's got a unique name, and how you got into the childcare business.
So my schools are Ecole 360. Ecole is a French word. It means school in French. And you can understand from my accent that I'm from Europe. If you cannot follow, please feel free to ask your questions. We chose that name because we wanna tell the families, most of the time they sometimes describes us as, daycare, but it should be more than that. It should be school environment, and even little babies, they should be learning. So this is the initial message that we want to give our families and the community, how important job we do actually. And I came to this country 9 years ago, and I was looking for a childcare for my preschool for my 4-year-old. And the most important thing that I have realized when I did my visit, unhappy teacher faces. And that's why it was bothering me. And I started thinking about that with my 20 plus year experience in this field. I'm an educator, I'm a teacher. My BA was teaching, MBA, educational management. And 3 years later, an opportunity came, and I started my first one. And now one of my biggest thing is happy teachers. It is the all starts. And now at the moment I have 2 locations with 150 in each, and like 50 staff members altogether. And I believe we do a good job around here.
It's impressive. I know you came to this country 9 years ago, but you didn't speak much English from what I remember you telling me 9 years ago. And look what you've accomplished in a short period of time. And your business is growing like crazy. So congratulations. That's an amazing feat.
Thank you. People believe my background too. I'm the founder. And sometimes, having an authentic language, people love it. And this is what I love in this country, diversity. And everybody brings something from themselves. And I'm one of them. And I'm very happy that at Ecole 360, we had chance to combine European approach with American approach. This is what we do, and it makes us unique. And with 360, Ecole 360, with 360, we also believe that there are three main components in this business. Best curriculum, which you can find easily on a piece of paper, but people who will make it happen, your teachers, and the right fit families who believe in your vision. And I'm very blessed that I made it happen, in a short time.
So what would one thing that you would say that you do better than the competition in your area, and what makes your center stand out?
In our area, we have some home daycares, but most of the centers are corporate centers. So we have like big centers with 1,500 all over US, or most of them are chains. And those are our main competition. And I believe that this should be more personal touch, more family feeling, and more communication. I think our biggest strength, comparing to our competition, we are the best with communication. We don't want any of our families go to bed that night with some questions on their heads. That's why we believe quick communication, clear and open communication. And I have an amazing management team in both schools. And sometimes parents cannot believe how we can be this proactive with that communication. And also, we don't like that, sometimes in corporates, they say, oh, we can do this or we cannot do this, but they don't know why. We try to train our people why we do those things in that way. That's how we communicate with our people. And I think it makes the things better. And that brings big happiness. And we want everybody walk our centers happy, stay happy, live happy, because happiness is the more contagious, even more than COVID. That's what we believe in our centers. And also we are picky about bringing those right families for that happiness too.
Love that. Love happy families. So what advice would you give to maybe somebody who's struggling in their childcare business?
So childcare business, as most of us know, it's sometimes a big black hole. You're lost. You are lost with the operation, or you lose your motivation in daily basis, because we are the closest people to the parents, and if they want to vent, we are the ones. teachers. If they want to vent, we are there. So it is very easy to be lost in this business. You shouldn't be lost. You should follow your numbers. Numbers are the best data that you should follow, that you can foresee things are coming. The things that you need to plan carefully, because if you lose your track of your numbers, you're going to be lost. And also focusing on the big pictures. Big picture is always there. And don't forget that, I would say, people like me, we are the mentors, we are the leaders in this field. We are not one of our teachers. They do a very valuable job, but we should lead them, we should guide them to the best. And maybe this would be the best advice that I would give.
Love that. If you don't mind sharing, what's one business goal you have for 2023?
So as I mentioned, my third school is coming and it's going to be my signature. I have, big plans, big dreams. This is the first time that we have the building and it's an individual building. It's going to be great. And with this experience, with this team, but one of the things that we started last year, Ecole 360 Academy, because one of the biggest pain in the field, qualified, skillful people and investing your people. So we want to do more with that Ecole 360 Academy to invest our people, to care them, to help them with their career plans. And also under that, improving our Ecole 360 corner for parents to help them not to struggle with their kids, help them with the modern world, because there's a new generation now. Parenting is one of the most difficult thing. So two things together under Ecole 360 Academy: investing our teachers, our people, because they are the most valuable, and also our parents who are our part of our team, I would say.
Awesome. So Meg, I'm going to humble yourself now. So what would you say? We like to learn from people's mistakes. So what would you say one of your biggest mistakes you made in your childcare business, if you don't mind
sharing? My goodness. So I always go to past. Sometimes past should stay past. We should live present, but especially in this business, we need to plan future carefully too. But in the past, when I opened my first school, I'm a bit perfectionist. So I was waiting for enrollments to open my school physically after getting my license. I didn't do any pre-enrollment. Why? Now I'm seeing that I lost like maybe 6 months. It was weird, but I was thinking that everything should be perfect before I show people, or my license should be physically in my hands. But I think it was one of the mistake. And time is important in this business, because this is cost high business and you should plan carefully, and you should start communicating your community and do pre-enrollments for sure.
Excellent.
You recently went to a Childcare Genius workation trip with us in Barbados. Can you describe your experience?
So first of all, it was my first time in Barbados, and I always saw this lady, Carol, when I see her on screen, it was my ice cream lady, doesn't maybe talk much or, but I saw two people, first of all, Brian, Carol, you are real. And you put your heart this, and you're trying to give everything that you have to other people to help them. But overall, the experience, first of all, I think vacation was one of the best invention. I think, it's an invention like a wheel, because people go and enjoy, and at the same time, they are together with other people like themselves. And I believe when I get together with people in this business, we have everything inside. I mean, we have that information, we have that knowledge, we have that brains, or we have everything, but in daily basis we forget them. You help people there like an operator, or it's like an operation. You take them one by one. It's actually in me, it's somewhere, but you find that and you bring them in action. That's why when I came back, I had my concrete plans, what to do. I had all my motivation back. And I forget about all my depressions, even in my personal life, because I brought more to my kids, that energy, and I got inspired again. So, and another thing that is a very good invention for me, because most of the time I like talking about business in a relaxed environment. For example, me and my husband, we are together in this business, and we do the best talks on our date nights. And that was in Barbados, those talks. You're more creative, you are better when you're in a relaxed environment. And of course, being right people is the most important. And I think you're really big asset for this field. And I tell it by all my heart.
Thank you. It was a great trip. We enjoyed having you for sure. Meg, we got one final question. We like to ask a mindset question. So where is your happy place? Where do you go to relax and unwind? And
actually, I have two. Can I say two? So I have a Florida room, 4-season room in my home, and it is one of my best places. It's the best in winter, it's the best in summer, and I always it's kind of my meditation place, the place that I come with ideas, relax, forget about my daily things. But another happy place, when I'm thinking about that, it might be weird for some people, but the meeting room with my management team. Each time when I sit in that room with them, I want to put more to this field. That's why I would say that office is my happy place too.
That's awesome.
And well, I'm very thankful to them. I should thank them.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy life. You've got a crazy, busy business. You don't have a crazy, busy husband. You have an awesome husband. Give Mesut our best. And I know you're a good mom, and you're always moving your kids around too. You do a good job balancing your work, your life, your personal. But we really appreciate you taking time so you could share your story with other people and be a blessing to others.
Thank you so much. It was an honor, and I was so excited to be here. I'm watching all of your episodes. Each of them has the quality and lots of content there. Thank you so much giving me this opportunity and seeing you and little things to people. If I can, inspire a bit, I would be very happy.
Well, thank you. And we can't wait to visit your school. Next time we're in Chicago, we were going to come by and visit your new school for sure. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
What a great program she has.
Yeah, she's growing very fast right now. And it's exciting to see her expand and grow. And she really has a heart for kids and education and learning. And in Chicago, I mean, it's a big growing market, and she kills it there. So, congratulations to her. And everybody, when you're first starting out a business, a lot of people tend to struggle, and everybody does. And so if you're struggling in your childcare business and need help, don't be afraid to ask for help. That's the first sign. Don't be afraid to go to childcaregenius.com under the coaching tab, select you like a free coaching call, and I'll give you a free coaching call. You and I will spend 30 minutes, 40 minutes on a call together, and I'll give you 2 or 3 action items to help you get out of where you're struggling. This calls for center owners only. I'm sorry, I don't do home providers at this time. So if you're a center owner and you're struggling, large or small, just reach out, and I'll give you a complimentary call to help you out. And this concludes episode 55 of the Child Care Genius podcast. Thank you again for listening and being faithful and following our podcast. We really appreciate it.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Child Care Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.